What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another Walking Dead video for the ones who live. We just had episode 5 and I did my review for that, so if you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. For this video we're going to do the breakdown for the trailer for next week's episode, the finale, The Last Time. And gotta say, I am very sad to see the show go. We still have no idea yet what's going on with the prospect of a second season. But anyways, we're going to jump into the pictures and just come to our own conclusions until we get some kind of confirmation of what the hell is going on. We have quite the ride ahead of us, I think, where we have Rick Michonne going back into the CRM to get the information that Jadis told them about on her deathbed, her dying words, where she revealed where the information was and where they could go about getting it. And so it's going to be an interesting episode, to say the least, and to also say that this episode, from everything that Scott Gimple has said, it's going to completely change the way we see the Walking Dead world, because it's going to have the Echelon briefing. We don't know what this briefing is going to entail, but Rick is going back to get this briefing while Michonne goes back to get the evidence that Jadis said that she had about Alexandria, about Rick, about everyone there, to avoid it falling into the wrong hands, because as we know, Jadis is now dead. Kind of her own design as well. I mean, she went after Rick Michonne to kill him because she was teetering on the brink there about what she actually believed, because we got the reveal all these years that she was 100% CRM. She believed in it. She wanted to move up the ranks and get in power and whatnot. She was making yearly visits back to the Alexandria area to meet with Gabriel and just be with him, because she still wanted to be in that world, but she knew that she didn't really belong there. But at least that's what she believed, that she didn't belong there. She belonged in the CRM because she could be in this position of authority. But if you want to check out the full review, I'll leave a link in the video. But anyways, let's jump into these pictures. The opening part of the trailer, we just see Rick and Michonne kissing. Rick seems to have maybe a new injury on his head, or maybe this old one opened up, or maybe this is their final kiss that they can really express. This is the last time that they can express who they are without prying eyes, because we do see the helicopter in the background there for them to be picked up and flown back into the CRM. The next one is just them pulling away from this kiss, and you see this worried look in Michonne's eyes, like she knows that they are going undercover basically, and anything can happen. And then we get this aerial shot of what I believe has to be the summit, the college town, I think it was, or some of this location where they cleared out. They spent the year clearing it out, getting it ready for this summit, to this big gathering of all the CRM bigwigs, and so it should be very exciting. We should see maybe some interesting info regarding the CRM, some things we don't know yet. And then moving on to, this is probably shortly after that kiss between Rick and Michonne, where we see Rick approaching the gate with his hands up just to keep the guards, because we're going to see, I believe, that scene where we have all those guards at the gate, where that one's kind of holding on to it. So this is them going back into the CRM. Maybe Michonne's going in a different way. It looks like she's going in. I want to say she might even be sneaking in herself, judging from some other pictures that we'll see. Because we see in this one where Michonne has, shimmied up this tree. She's jumped down on this rooftop, and she's trying to get into this area. And I think that she has this soldier uniform, because I want to say it's the red striped soldier uniform, as just a backup, as a cover if she ever were to get caught for any reason. And she can just kind of move within these different groups of people kind of unnoticed, because these red striped soldiers are everywhere. Because in this scene, I think this is right before she climbs up that tree, then we got this walker that comes up behind her, and she actually takes that walker out. And then we have this gathering of all these red striped soldiers, all these elite soldiers for the CRM that are, I believe, Beale's immediate reports. These are all the people that are under him, that he is in charge of, and they're probably there to be, other than be with the leadership, they're probably the most trusted amongst all of his soldiers to be there to provide protection or what have you. So it should be a very interesting episode. Then we get our shot of Thorne. We have not seen her for a couple episodes, and she's in this room. There's all these locked up cases, and there's drawings there on the whiteboard probably describing something, but she is got this kind of confused or concerned look on her face, because she looks out this window and she sees all these soldiers, and I'm not sure why she would be confused. Surely she would understand what's going on, or maybe she just sees something. Maybe she actually spots Rick. Maybe this is where she finds out that he's still alive after thinking he was dead. And then moving on here, we have, I believe, Rick and an unknown soldier, because in the follow-up pictures, it looks like they get into a tussle, and they're one of either Rick or the other guys reaching for this button for this elevator. So he's trying to probably go somewhere where he shouldn't be, or he just gets caught up in a situation where he can't avoid actually having to fight this person. Then here is probably the part of the echelon briefing, but also could just be a presentation within this summit, because we see someone off to the side here, but we get this overshot of a certain region, and we have Extraction Zone 2 and Extraction Zone 1. So there's some kind of plan they're putting in place. You know, part of me thinks maybe they have some knowledge of existing communities, whether they're small or large, and I don't know, something leads me to believe they're going to take all of those canisters or all those bombs of that gas and actually attack areas to clear them out, to get rid of all the people that they might consider some sort of threat, because we see that they don't take any chances. They go after people they believe might be threats, and they deal with them, or just anyone that gets too close to something that they shouldn't see. So we know that the CRM does not hold the best interest of the actual civic republic, that they go out and do things on their own. That's kind of their agreement, where the CRM community stays out of the business of the military and vice versa. But then we get this shot too, where Michonne is in shock. She sees something, whether it be, I don't know, it's in a briefing or just outside, or this also could be, and I don't want to say it, this could be her being attacked by Thorn, where she's being stabbed in the back or stabbed in the gut, or just something that we don't want to see, because there's still the concern out there that we could lose Michonne, and that's how the series is going to end. And I really hope they don't go that way. I mean, come on, you can't bring these characters back just to kill one of them off, and it just would make zero sense. But there's still that theory out there, and just general worry for Michonne and her safety, because we get this scene here in the trailer. We have this scene where this person slowly moves for their sidearm. So I don't know if this is Rick or Michonne or who it could be, but they're in a situation where they feel that they might be threatened or compromised, and they have to take action. Then we get a shot of Thorn. I can't remember what she says in this scene, but Thorn is 100% CRM. She believes in what they're doing. She believes in their plans, their 500-year plans, and especially after seeing the briefings, she's been brainwashed basically, and she is 100% in the CRM. She's for it, whatever they end up doing. Then we get Rick here taking off this helmet. Not really sure what else is going on in this scene. But then we move on. We have another aerial shot, just crowds and crowds of people, military helicopters, shipping containers, and just different things, other military vehicles. So it's quite a large gathering. I want to say what also could possibly happen in the scene is that Rick and Michonne, once maybe they get that information rather quickly, they get Jadis's dossier, and they see what's going on. Maybe that shock scene that we saw from Michonne is seeing what their big plan is, and they can't let it happen. So maybe they're going to get a hold of this gas, or set a bomb, or do something to wipe out this entire facility full of soldiers and whatnot, because we already know that Rick and Michonne, they don't like what the CRM is about, and that Michonne is not above, and she's definitely for the idea of wiping out the CRM, or trying to change it, at least trying to hurt them, to change the way they operate. Because we get this scene where either Rick and Michonne is pushing this container, and I don't know if these are weapons or just general supplies, but they're doing something while being at this summit, while getting this information that they want to get so they can go home, that they might be planning something along the way too, and that's how it's all going to end. Because we have this scene here too where Rick is being attacked by someone. We don't know who this is. This might be just a random soldier, or someone else that he has come across that he can't help but get into a fight with. Then we get our shot of Beale here where he says everything's going to change after this moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how it changes and what he's doing. And then we have another shot here where I'm pretty sure this is Rick. He's reaching over to his left leg, to one of his pockets, to grab something. And maybe this is during the briefing. Maybe he's even considering the idea of killing Beale after maybe what he reveals. Then we have the scene of this helicopter, the single helicopter flying away. So do Rick and Michonne actually make it out? I mean, that would be great if they did, if there were no consequences, but this is The Walking Dead, so who knows what's going to happen, because we got this next picture where Rick says, "Are we crazy for doing this?" And Michonne says, "We're certifiable." So I want to say this is a scene with all the munitions of that gas, and they're planning on blowing it up to wipe out these people. I mean, that would kind of make sense that this is how they kind of launched their attack on the CRM, to try to change it. But then again, the way that we want to see this series end, I don't think is going to happen And with it coming into an end too, this has got to be them preparing to announce another season. That's the only way this can go. Everything is leaning in that direction, and it would be the only way, seriously, that they could wrap up or at least continue to build up to give us the conclusion to this story that we want, to get them home, to get them reunited with everybody. So I'm very excited for this finale, but I'm also pretty nervous too. I'm pretty nervous for people's safety and just what could happen. And more so that I'm just concerned that it is actually going to be the last episode and we're not going to get anything we want. That's one of the biggest concerns, I think. But anyways, that is just my breakdown of the next trailer. Super excited for it. I cannot wait for this next episode to see how it all goes down and how this multi-year wait is going to come to an end, if it does in fact come to an end and we don't get any kind of follow-up season. But if you enjoyed my breakdown, if you enjoyed this little video, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Help me make that push to 1,000 subscribers. And I will catch you next time, guys. Take care. Bye.